ume ogologo tunarisike opanya kanyina rio mayo wisdom and understanding opanya kanyina rio obajudolu onyikamu rabon akwalele kamune benebe Iju amo opamuna chimusuraga Bijawele opanyaka nyina ya Kaijebe Kainaba Ufuobi kaijebe Ufuobi kaijebe Kaijebe Kainaba Ufuobi kaijebe Ufuobi Eno neko mwasi adio imani echigabo Mama mune beno bebe One desi beno manu One buku beno mumas One desi day and night Ichi emu kuri jawele Bulonya Okwamuna chimuseje Mayo, wisdom and understanding.
Is now the fastest growing continent in the world. The African Development Bank's Annual Development Effectiveness Review 2013 states that 26 of the 54 African countries have achieved middle income status. The private sector continues as the main engine of growth and poverty reduction. The financial industry is at a tipping point. Aiding this process of the changing face of Africa is a business poised to reduce the risks involved in business growth and the development agenda in Africa. In 1973, these gentlemen met in Accra and agreed to create West African Insurance Consultation. Africa is now the fastest growing continent in the world. The African Development Bank's Annual Development Effectiveness Review 2013 states that 26 of the 54 African countries have achieved middle income status. The private sector continues to be Africa's main engine of growth and poverty reduction. The financial industry is at a tipping point. Aiding this process of the changing face of Africa is a business poised to reduce the risks involved in business growth and the development agenda in Africa. In 1973, these gentlemen met in Accra and agreed to create West African Insurance Consultative Association, WICA. Amongst their earliest resolutions was to establish a reinsurance outfit to, among other things, stem the exodus of foreign exchange out of the region. They agreed that as a precursor, they will create a reinsurance pool with the view to transforming this into the envisaged full reinsurance company. This dream became a reality when, 10 years ago, we set out on a journey to become one of Africa's leading global reinsurance companies by providing greater reinsurance support for insurance businesses across the continent in the context of continued trade integration and development among African countries and in other parts of the world, particularly Asia and Middle East. Looking back on a pioneering decade, we will take you on the 10-year journey, detailing how it took us to attain this feat. The formation of WICA Re was a deliberate intervention to address the lack of reinsurance players in the West African market. The void in the reinsurance industry was forcing insurance companies in the sub-region to seek reinsurance protection from foreign markets where the terms offered were not competitive and suitable for African businesses.
When the founding fathers met here in Accra, actually, in 1973, one of their resolutions, among many, was that they should have a reinsurance institution that would help to provide more protection and more service to the industry in West Africa. This they did, but at the time they couldn't have a fully fledged reinsurance institution, so they started with a reinsurance pool.
We started with aviation and fire, and which were the big risks, so that all our reinsurances at that time were being done abroad. But we wanted to start a pool which didn't need too much technical expertise. And at that time, I had become the managing director of the new company called Nigeria Reinsurance Corporation. And so we were given the responsibility of managing the pool. And we got everybody to bring a small percentage of their aviation and fire risks, the big risks, which they could not accommodate elsewhere. And luckily for us, for the first few years, it was profitable. And we were able to make some money, some surplus money, which we have. And we agreed that whenever we finally set up, the reinsurance company, the pool business will be transferred to the reinsurance company.
Several years down the line, when I came in as Secretary General of WICA, one of my key performance indicators that was given to me by the Governing Council then was that I should endeavor to ensure that WICA Reinsurance Company is created and established. So that's how it all began.
Honestly, it took them over 30 years to realize the dream. It was in 2011 that it was transformed into a fully fledged insurance company by the then executives of WICA. Very dynamic people led by the late Agbeyenga. It was registered in Sierra Leone on the 7th of March 2011, and on the 15th of March 2011 it was launched in Lagos, Nigeria, by the then president of Sierra Leone. It was launched, and then on the 31st of July 2011, we obtained our operating license from the then SLICON, that is Sierra Leone Insurance Corporation. And on the 1st of August 2011, we started operation. Then going by on the in April 2012, the Parliament of Sierra Leone granted us diplomatic status, and we started to operate as a diplomatic company in Sierra Leone.
Currently, over 40 reinsurance companies are domiciled in Africa, and the number is steadily growing. More privately owned companies are being established. African reinsurers, public or private, found themselves competing with major global reinsurance companies, which not only have subsidiaries or representation offices established in Africa.
WICA Re is the fastest growing reinsurance company in Africa today, and one of the biggest 7 in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa today. We have one policy in WICA Re. We don't transfer money from one country to the other. Even though it's based there, it's based in West Africa. All the money we have been able to make in Kenya is in Kenya. In Zimbabwe is there. In Tunisia is there. That is the way we do our business. So we have been able to invest in all the operating states and beyond. Not only that, we have been able to create jobs. People want to deal with us because, one, we have very strong capital base. We have good professionals who are working with us. We have very good corporate governance. We have very good technical people. So, and we are well spread. We are everywhere. You know, at times when we do this business, proximity is very, very important. We are very close to our clients. We are present in many regions of Africa so that people can see us. And not only that, the speed at which we do business is excellent. We have a very dynamic board of directors. The board, we are doing great things as far as Waikari is concerned. Apart from that, we have very qualified management team.
Incorporated and established in Sierra Leone, 10 years of commitment and dedication has seen Waikari Reinsurance Corporation PLC expand its frontiers into Ghana and Nigeria by the establishment of contact offices. Subsequently, in 2015, Waikari Capital, an investment banking company, was established in Ghana as the main investment arm in West Africa. The expansion drive to cover the African continent further saw the establishment of offices in Côte d'Ivoire, Tunisia, and subsidiaries in Zimbabwe and Kenya in the southern and eastern parts of Africa.